Now, see, it seems like this time of year, when it's all snow and bundling up, it seems like I never change clothes. I have the same clothes on all the time. A little boring, huh? Maybe you're not paying too much attention to that. Now, I don't want to keep having the same conversation, but the weather station down the road says it's 17 degrees and feels like 2. I have 12 degrees at my house. So without, just simple math, then that would put us at like -3 or -5 or something like that. I'm sure that's not completely accurate, but forgive me. And I didn't dress appropriately. I thought I was just going to do a quick trip. Thought the cows would be taken care of, but they're grumbling. I don't know how some people get their cows to dig through stuff. The cows won't dig through nothing. Oh, you got a little snow? We can't have that. We're not going to do that. They got hay. They got hay out there. They're just refusing. Look at them running like they ain't never seen. They're gonna be disappointed in me because I'm gonna have to circle all the way back around to get them what they want. I used a Charles Spurgeon quote in church last week, talking about these mouthy cows. I used a Charles Spurgeon quote last week in church. Listen, y'all need to cut it out. The cows probably aren't going to let me alone to talk about it today because they're just being belligerent. They have hay. They just won't dig for it. How do some people get their cows to dig for hay or grass? My cows won't dig for nothing. There's a little bit of snow. This isn't even a lot of snow. There's some places where it's drifted up, but they could easily get to some hay, but they won't do it. They are so spoiled. Well, my intention was to talk to you about a Charles Spurgeon quote that I used in church last week, basically talking about setting goals or making a resolution. And you say, well, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this in a year from now. In particular, be a Christian. I'll be a good Christian a year from now. From 12 months from now, I'll be a good Christian. Are you going to be any better off then than you are today? No, you're going to be the worse for it. So that just goes on the greater scope of things. I mean, obviously, I want to focus on the Christian aspect of things. But in the greater scope of things, anything that we choose to do, if we don't participate, we don't start immediately, if we don't start that day to make a change. We think, oh, well, I think probably one of the big things is certainly our health, losing weight. I'll start next week. I think that's probably the big laugher. Or managing our money, or getting a hold of our time. So where were we, Lou, before those cows so rudely interrupted us? We were talking about being on purpose with our living, weren't we? Are you cold? You ready to go in? Probably about 10 degrees. I haven't checked it for a little bit. He said, I ain't gonna sit here and talk to you, boy. What I'm not gonna do. You ready to go? You ready to go inside? Ready to go inside? Let's go. Are they all happy now? I don't even know what we were talking about. We were talking about trying to be on purpose with our living. We set a resolution or we set a goal, and we think it's just magically going to happen. Well, it's not. So we have to be on purpose with setting our life in order. You're going to be, if you feel like you want to dedicate your life to Christ, you should do that today, not in a year from now. If I want to get this farm cleaned up, I need to do a little bit every day and not think that, sitting on my hands is going to get it done. These hay bales that I've complained about, and these cows that were so violently hungry 20 minutes ago or 30 minutes ago, If I'd have taken the initiative to get someone to come spread those bales out, well, I wouldn't be in the position where I'm at. I wouldn't have to fight quite as hard. So like that quote from Charles Spurgeon says, you know, you're not going to be any better off a year from now. I'm not going to be any better off. Some things are going to have to wait till spring, but some things can be addressed today. So I need to, you know, be better motivated. I need to be better disciplined is the real thing. If you sit around and groan and complain about, oh, I don't like the way this is, or I don't like the way that is, but you aren't actively engaged in trying to change it, well, then it's never going to change. So if I don't like the way I feel in the morning, and I don't do anything to change that, I'm talking physically, mentally, spiritually, if I just allow myself to stay in the same place every day and I don't get up and read my Bible or pray or try to say kind words to people instead of being so harsh and bitter, you can think what you want. You can think, oh, I just need to be tough, and that's just the way I am. Hey, I've been tough plenty, and that ain't never got me nowhere. So maybe taking a different approach, maybe listening to what God's got to say to me will help me have better days, you know? And I don't mean this is a lesson for everybody. I'm using me as an example, but I think everybody can apply these things and say, I should get up. You know, it goes back to that speech that guy gave about getting up and making your bed. I'm not sure that making my bed is real high up on my priority, but getting up and getting to it. Not waiting for the day to come to me, but going to the day. I fought this dadgum fence 3 or 4 times yesterday. I thought I had this polywire pulled up. So I don't know. I thought the cows knocked it back down. So I don't know whether I didn't have it pulled up. I don't know what's going on. It sure does make for aggravation to think you've got it, and then the snow blows back over it, because this time of year, if you don't have it up out of that snow, it's going to come get you. So I don't want to walk all that again. Well, by golly, I think we got her that time. We'll get that one little pig, one little hog. Not little in this screen, but he's like 300 plus pounds. But he's out there eating by himself. The rest of them done headed for shelter. I ain't going the wrong way. I think it's that building right there. My ass backwards. But I think we got the fence figured out. I'm not sure if we made any sense about what we were talking about today. I'll do better. That's really the point of it all, is I'll do better. Not just being content with being stuck in the same shape you've always been in. Do a little better. And you'll feel a little better about yourself. And you'll be striving to teach your kids a little better. That's all we got to leave behind anyway. You know, in the Bible it talks about how everything will crumble down. You build this big empire, and the next generation will just tear it down. So sticks and stones might not amount to much. Let's build up those relationships, build up that family, and don't let that crumble down. Keep that going. Give them a heritage in love, not in money and possessions, because all that'll wither away. Can't take away my love for my family. So I want to do a little better every day. That's why I talk about these things. That's why we focus on these things. Just trying to get a little better every day. Well, it's dropped a couple more degrees since I've been out here. And I've been out here far too long. I don't even know how long I've been out here. Far too long. I'm not dressed nearly appropriately. It's so cold, Lucy's trying to get on me. Look at that. She's trying to curl up next to me. Phone's going dead. It's far too cold for her. I've been out here way too long. I didn't dress appropriate. I have a couple layers on, but not not layers to be out here for an extended amount of time. So I'm gonna call it a day. Y'all be good. Love you.